Today's YCN coverage of the 2015 Kearsarge Regional High School graduation is presented by these community-minded businesses. Be sure to support and thank them for making this coverage possible. Pine Rock Manor, a Blue Harbor senior living community, New Hampshire's premier memory care assisted living community. Compassionate people, exceptional service. Colonial Pharmacy of New London. Country Houses Real Estate, Bubba's Bar and Grill, Vernondale General Store, and the Barton Insurance Agency. Congratulations to the class of 2015, and good luck as you progress into your future.
Would Class Marshals Ian Breedy and Anna Stoll please come to the stage? I want to congratulate Ian and Anna for being selected by the class of 2015 as marshals for today's ceremony. Mr. Ogmanson, pomp and circumstance, please. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 2015. I'd like to invite the members of the Kearsarge Regional High School Chorus to the front of the stage, please. We are honored today to have some very special guests with us. We'd like to invite the class of 2027 to the front of the stage, where they will lead us in the singing of God Bless America under the direction of kindergarten teacher Laura James. It's going to be tough to top that, so. I would ask you all to please rise for the presentation of the colors. The colors are presented today by the United States Marine Corps and Boy Scout Troop 71. The class of 2027 will lead us in the pledge, followed by the national anthem sung by the KRHS Chorus under the direction of Christine Haley and accompanied by William Ogmanson.
Say
We would like to thank the class of 2027 and Mrs. James for your wonderful performances today and being part of our ceremony. It is now my pleasure to introduce the KRHS Chorus, who will sing 100 Years under the direction of Christine Haley and accompanied by William Ogmanson. Thank you to Ms. Haley and the KRHS Chorus. At this time, I'd like to invite Tom Schamberg, Wilmot Selectman, and School Board Chairman Ken Bartholomew to the front of the stage to present the Governor's Commendation. The Superintendent's address by Jerry Frew will follow.
Along with New Hampshire State Representative Karen Ebel of New London, we were informed of an honor that has come to an educator of the Kearsarge Regional School District. The best way to describe this educator is a quote by Whit Hobbs. "Success is waking up in the morning, whoever you are, wherever you are, however old or young, and bounding out of bed because there's something out there that you love to do, that you believe in, that you're good at. something that's bigger than you are, and you can hardly wait to get at it again today. This is who Superintendent Jerry Frew is, and that is why 95 other SAUs, school administration units, picked as their New Hampshire Public School Superintendent of the Year for 2014 and 2015, Mr. Jerry Frew of the Kearsarge Regional School District. We have the honor of presenting this citation, which reads, "Be it hereby known that I, Margaret Wood Hassan, Governor of the State of New Hampshire, join with my fellow citizens in extending my personal best wishes and sincerest congratulations to Jerry Frew, who is retiring from the Kearsarge Regional School District after decades of service to education in our state. As New Hampshire's 2014-15 Superintendent of the Year, your innovative, long-term leadership and dedication to our students was recognized by your peers. Seeing possibilities, creating opportunities, and driving for excellence has been your hallmark. Educated in our schools and committing your life's work to them, I am proud to acknowledge the vision and dedication you bring to your profession, as well as the impact you make on the lives of your students. The state of New Hampshire is grateful for your commitment to this state. On behalf of the citizens of New Hampshire, I commend you for your hard work and wish you all the best in the future. Margaret Wood Hassan, Governor, State of New Hampshire."
That ain't fair. Thank you. Wow. This day is about the kids, and had some words to say, and that just made them a little tougher to say, I got to tell you. Welcome to the families, friends, board members, staff, and community members here today to celebrate this special occasion with our honored guests, the class of 2015. This is a very special day for these students and their families as they begin a new phase of life and journey from the comfort of a caring and loving community to pathways yet uncharted, but intriguing and filled with opportunity. It is indeed an honor and a privilege for me today to share this stage with you, as I also will stray from this caring and awesome community to pathways yet to be determined, but just as intriguing on the other end of a career that began in this same high school as a student teacher in the spring of 1975 and will conclude some 40 years later in this same place. Although there were other school districts and positions along the way, this chapter of my life story will be the most memorable. Thank you for allowing me the privilege of serving you these past 7 years. I love this place. We have awesome students, great staff, and a school board with just unending support, and the support of education in these communities is just outstanding. The time has come, however, to give back to my incredibly supportive and understanding family and to pursue a pathway of greater flexibility and a bit less stress. No more night meetings, many more dinners with my wife of 41 years, and no more weather-related decisions at 4:30 in the morning. Oh, yeah. Before I'm finished, however, I would like to share with these graduates a challenge offered through a poem by Linda Ellis, and one often used as a reflection at the end of life. Today, graduates, I offer it to you at the beginning of a new phase in your lives. The title of the poem is The Dash. I read of a man who stood to speak at the funeral of a friend. He referred to the dates on the tombstone from the beginning to the end. He noted that first came the date of birth and spoke the following date with tears. But he said what mattered most of all was the dash between those years. For that dash represents all the time they spent alive on earth. And now only those who love them know what that little line is worth. For it matters not how much we own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters most is how we live and love and how we spend our dash. So think about this long and hard. Are there things you'd like to change? For you never know how much time is left that can still be rearranged. If we could just slow down enough to consider what's true and real and always try to understand how other people feel. And be less quick to anger and show appreciation more and love the people in our lives like we've never loved before. If we treat each other with respect and more often wear a smile, remembering that this special dash might only last a little while. So when your eulogy is being read, with your life's actions to rehash, would you be proud of the things they say about how you spent your dash? So class of 2015, I encourage you to continue to robustly fill your dash. Start today by celebrating this day with your family and friends. Give thanks to those who have helped you along the way. Squeeze them like there's no tomorrow. Share a smile, a laugh, and create a memory. As for your future, I challenge you to embrace each opportunity. Step out of your comfort zone and pursue your individual pathways with grit and resilience. Fill your dash with family, friends, service to others, and success. I wish you all the very best from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Fruit. We are fortunate this year to have 3 valedictorians. All 3 students have achieved a 4.0. Our first valedictorian is Emily Kelly. She's the daughter of Lisa and Billy Kelly, and in the fall, she will be attending Middlebury College. Our second valedictorian is Ariana Stokes. She's the daughter of Janice and Steve Stokes, and in the fall, Ariana will be attending the University of California, Davis. And our third valedictorian is Morgan Johnson. She's the daughter of Sarah and Scott Johnson, and in the fall, Morgan will be attending Clarkson University. Please help me welcome the class of 2015 valedictorians to the stage.
Good morning. For those of you who don't know, I'm Emily Kelly.
I'm Morgan Johnson.
And I'm Ariana Stokes.
Today is a symbol of our release into the world. We will head off in many different directions and see what we can make of ourselves.
But before that, the 3 of us have been given the privilege to give you some last words that hopefully you can take with us as you start your own journey.
We hope to give some advice, some powerful messages, and hope that all of you are capable of achieving your greatest dreams.
I would like to start off with a quote that I have always kept close to me. Do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. At some point in your life, due to insecurities and outside expectations, you might feel urged into a path based off society's version of success. A path of security and money. A path where the grass may grow green, but the sun doesn't always shine. So today, I'm going to stand here and encourage you to look past our definition of success and instead go for a life that is more fulfilling. We have grown up thinking that success is the American dream, one with mansions and Bentleys and 2 perfect children, a life of luxury and money. It was not until recently that I started to question the idea of success. I chose to challenge it instead of embrace it. I watched Mr. Kellogg grin as I presented what I learned about parallel universes as my final project. Saw Mrs. McCandless get pumped over our physics lab percent error of 0.12%. If you don't do physics, that's impossible. Physics always lies. I listened as Chris Jed played his heart out in that little cafe that we call Hole in the Fence. Noticed farmers at Spring Ledge bring up huge tomatoes with bigger smiles, knowing that they had helped grow those with their bare hands. I observed proud parents at senior nights and finally realized there was something more, something so much greater than our net worth. I began to define success not with money, but with the realization of passion and the discovery of true happiness. We must learn to challenge the high standards that society holds so dear. We must stop defining success in the same way that we have been programmed to our entire lives. Instead, I want you all to find your purpose in this world and throw everything you have into fulfilling it. If you believe in what you're saying, if you believe in what you're doing, you'll be more effective, more passionate, and more authentic in everything you do. Class of 2015, I wish the greatest success for all of you, but by your own definition and no one else's. I encourage you to find passion and run with it, never looking back at the people who tried to slow you down. And remember that in this world, you have enough forces pushing against you, pressing you down, squeezing you into a mold that doesn't seem to fit. Don't give in to them. Push back. Break the molds of society and form your own identity. Thank you.
Two months ago, I went west for the second time in my life and found this proverb in a small book I brought back to my mom. It's one of many, one that many may not find significant, but as I looked, it caught my attention and became the backbone of the speech I knew I would have to write. God teaches the birds to make nests, yet the nests of all birds are not alike. Class of 2015, we all have such incredible potential to build and create and inspire amazing things in this world. We are a class of individuals full of unique talents and abilities that has come together to accomplish some pretty amazing things. From playoff games, to poetry competitions, to internships, to drama productions, to volunteer work within this community and beyond. And we are a class of individuals who will go out into the world on our separate paths and still use those abilities to positively affect whatever community of which we choose to be a part. Whether you stay here or travel far away, become successful as society defines it, or completely happy with the work you choose to do, the world will be lucky to have you. No single one of us will ever be perfect, but we all hold the potential to be great in our own way. And we now have the opportunity looming ahead of us to take all that we have been given, with the piece of paper soon to be in our hands, and turn it into something beautiful. So find that ability, find your own individual form of happiness, and use it to find that beauty. For the past 4 years, we have been the class of 2015, always moving towards the year when our high school careers would be done, always moving towards today, when we would be free of the expectations of school and mandatory education, and when we would finally face the world for ourselves. We have so much left to learn, but it's no longer on someone else's terms, so go learn the things that inspire you. Go learn in the ways that make sense. Go learn everything that the world has to teach you, whether it be good or bad. Just don't stop learning, in whatever form that learning may take. And despite my label as co-valedictorian, I am no more qualified to speak to you about the road ahead than any member of this class. You are all incredible people who know the world in such different ways than I do, and who have varying individual ideas of what you want to do with your future. So listen to the people who know a lot more than I do because they've lived through a lot more than I have. Listen to your parents, to the people you love as parents, to your family, to the friends you'll have for life, and to the teachers who have put up with all of us for such a long time. They have so much to offer, and so much more to teach you than could ever be learned in these classrooms. But most importantly, listen to yourself, because despite what anyone else has to say, you are the only one who can realize the potential that you hold, who knows all that is inside of you, and who will be able to say, after a full life of living, the words, "I was here," to be able to say that you were a part of this world. So class of 2015, look to leave your mark, to leave a footprint on the sands of time, to build your own nest in your own way, to find a path that you want to follow, to not regret the actions you have chosen or not chosen. Believe in your ability. Find something that makes you excited every single day. And more than anything, find something that makes you happy, because that happiness, your happiness, will change the world.
I come to this podium with no advice to give, no wise words to share. I'm sorry, but not really. About a month ago, on the evening of the Senior Project Expo, I walked into the school gym, joining every other member in the class of 2015. And what I saw in the gym that night, as I'm sure audience members who were there can attest to, was pretty extraordinary. We are a class comprised not only of students, but of woodworkers, journalists, gardeners, skaters, investors, trappers, artists, authors, and musicians, of nurses, sewers, skydivers, hikers, first responders, knitters, entrepreneurs, manicurists, and volunteers. We are a class comprised of builders, builders of elementary school benches, of bats, of snowmobiles, of guitars, of teams, of dreams, of bands, of computers, of motorcycles, which was so awesome, Leah. We are cellists, novelists, LARPers, caterers, potters, ping pong players, raisers of awareness, inventors of apps, runners of marathons, trainers of dogs, travelers of the world. We are storytellers, composers, dispatchers, bikers, photographers, historians, horseback riders, chefs, and so many more unique individuals. So as I stood in that gym, I came upon a realization. I realized that we, class of 2015, are complete, utter, total, brilliant badasses. Of course, I would imagine that some guests here today would prefer that I did not use that word, and I offer my deepest of apologies. But I mean, how can you look at this class before you and not think they are the most brilliant bunch of, let me put this more politely, fierce derrieres? We are such fierce derrieres that a hurricane canceled our very first day of high school. Do you remember that? What about the time we won Winter Carnival sophomore year? Until they rigged it, of course. Or the time we had a giant picnic on the beach. Okay, that was just last week. You probably remember that. Certainly the people who were missing us at school that day remember that. I said before that I would not offer you any advice. This is because, number one, you are the aforementioned word. And number two, because I believe that every one of you has a beautifully unique pathway to find, to create, to walk. I cannot even begin to suggest the pathway you should take. The best way to know what your pathway is and to where it will lead, I'm not sure. Ellen DeGeneres suggests that you follow your passion, stay true to yourself, and never follow someone else's path unless you're in the woods and you're lost and you see a path. By all means, you should follow that. Do you hear that, Hannah Morse, our Appalachian trail hiker? But whatever journey you will embark on, I know that every one of you has the wisdom to find it and to make it uniquely your own, just as you made your senior project uniquely your own. And though we leave graduation today, each traveling in a different direction, I am positive that you will make whatever place your pathway brings you to the best place it can possibly be. I know that you will all make this community, this country, this earth, this galaxy, the best it can be. Thank you, class of 2015, for being who you are.
And because we've been given the chance to speak in front of you, here are some reminders we'd like to send as you go change yourself and the world.
In the words of Lewis Carroll, I can't go back to yesterday because I was a different person then. We have all come so far from where we were yesterday and 4 yesteryears ago. We have changed and challenged the roles of what we are and who we were supposed to be to become the incredible people sitting on this stage today. And so I'd like to remind you to not be afraid of change. Stay true to yourself, but embrace the possibilities for growth that you will surely meet during your life.
Have the nerve to go into unexplored territory. Be brave enough to live life fully. Imagine a place where no one else has ever been. You have to leave the city of your comfort and go into the wilderness of your intuition.
And remember to give thanks to everyone who has helped or will help you with all of your endeavors.
Thank you, Mom and Dad, for always being there for us, even when we didn't deserve it. Thank you for coming to cold, rainy soccer games and really boring banquets. Thank you for letting us cry over bad test grades, even though it was our own fault for not studying enough. Thank you for loving us unconditionally, even when we stopped kissing you in public.
Thank you to everyone who went above and beyond what we expected to help us get to this point. Although you don't always receive the thanks you deserve, we are truly grateful for everything that you have done. So thank you again for being constant positive role models and showing us all what true leadership looks like.
Thank you, administration and teachers, both who imparted their wisdom and excitement for learning to us, who were our club leaders, our coaches, our advisors, our supporters. You made what happened in that building every day truly special, and you are heroes for doing that.
Thank you to our friends and classmates that taught us how to loosen up, how to laugh, and how to explore. Thank you for keeping us humble, but also encouraging our success. Thank you for all the adventures, even those that we wouldn't share today.
And thank you to every single member of this community. Thank you for supporting the Kearsarge Regional High School events, the drama productions, the concerts, the games and meets and matches. Thank you for making Kearsarge a place we can all call home. This community has been an incredible place to grow and will continue to be a place where we can come back and reconnect with our strong roots long after we are gone. So thank you all for your support. We could not have gotten to this point without you.
And finally,
don't let expectations define you.
Find your own happiness.
create your own path to walk.
Congratulations, class of 2015.
We're going to try to top that, but I don't think we're going to. I invite School Board Chair Ken Bartholomew to join me. I also ask Mr. Bezos and Ms. Newman to join me on stage. Mr. Bartholomew, as principal of Kearsarge Regional High School, I present to you the class of 2015 and certify they have met all the graduation requirements set by Kearsarge Regional School District and the great state of New Hampshire.
Morgan Irene Johnson. Emily Elizabeth Kelly. Ariana Elizabeth Stokes. Hannah Joan Anderson. William Andrew Anderson. Haley Morgan Anderson. Andrew Arnold. Alexander G.S. Asme. Natalie Jean Baker. Bryson Nicholas Barthol. Ryan Allen Beatty. Michael Joseph Bechtold. Savannah Moon Bell. Jordan Bishop. Kendall Ann Blake. Leanna Marie Blakeman. Charles Buckland Bossy. James E. Bromwell III. Alexis Noel Bright. Claudia Hansen Carl. Francis Cruz Carpenter. Aaron R.W. Carson. Pascal Andre Carter. Kevin Joseph Chaffee Jr. Taylor John Cochran. Jillian Nicole Cookingham. Joseph Carmen Cornelio. Lucas Fred Corser. Brianna Nicole Critch. Kelsey Elizabeth Dalton. Cheyenne Emily DeRocher. Jason Thomas DiGeronimo. Jonathan Evelyn. Georgie Marie Fantasia. Justin Nathaniel Fernandez. Michaela Carmen Bolsick. Katrina Louise Gale. Mary Ellen Gale. Cassidy Mar Galuzzo. Mercedes Alexandra Gorman. Courtney Ann Grant. Catherine Marie Greenlaw. Leonora A. Grover. Renee Elizabeth Ruth Hall. Joseph Hebert. Geneva Helen Heffernan. Sarah Batal Heffron. Adrian Gerard Hill. Ethan Robert Hill. Sinjin Blaine Fogwell. Christopher Ian Jed. Erica Renee Kainu. Micah L. Kraushar. Gretchen Amy Krug. Tyler James Lacalade. Savannah Joy Lampier. Benjamin David Laprade. Daniel J. Laughlin. Jason B. Libby. David Allen Lynn II. Molly Bell Lowe's. Elliot Vitas Lukaitis. Matthew Thomas James Lutz. Joshua Richard Marzelli. Gregory Matthews. Shannon McIntyre. Amber Page Menard. Joseph M. Marullo. Thomas Allen Jeffrey Miller. Samantha Rose Monroe. Matthew Warren Moran. Eric Carl Morin. Hannah Lee Morse. Jessica Isabel Munoz. Benjamin Peter Newbern. Shania Ruth Oliver. Catherine Ruth Paquette. Jordan Michelle Patton. Matthew James Pickman. Anna Mae Peroso. Nathaniel James Richter. Erica Jean Rivet. Laura Francis Rogers. Alton James Rorick. Rachel Nicole Rosenthal. Tristan Lane Rowe. Matthew Arthur Roy.
Down in front.
Alexandra Bevan Saylor. Joran Schammel. Lydia Marie Schoonmaker. Melinda Ann Seaholm. Michaela Lynn Samard. Braxton A. Smith. Robert E. Smith.
Malin.
Madison Rebecca Snaith. Stephen Michael St. Jean. Ryan H. Stanley. Robert Thaddeus Sternberg. Jason D. Stasny. Delaney Elizabeth Stone. Jonathan Everett Stone. Zachary Robert Swinnerton. Nathan Clyde Thompson. Caitlin Lee Titus. Abigail Leticia Torres. Katie Toro. Brittany Lynn Wallace. Alexander Gerard Wisoja. No charge. Zachary Wayne Wisoja. Philip Whiting. Savannah Deborah Woody. Class Treasurer Joshua Michael Cota. Class Secretary Cora Elizabeth McLean. Class Vice President Sterling Harrison Gross. Class President Alexander Steen Bartholomew.
Point of the ceremony, I'd like to welcome Alex Bartholomew, class of 2015 president, to issue the senior class challenge to the class of 2019. We will then have the transition of the class banners, and then Alex will give his presidential address. Thank you.
I would like to begin by inviting to the stage the president of next year's freshman class of 2019, Jared Fortier, to accept the senior challenge. I would also like to call forward the president of the current freshman class, Connor Meager, the president of the sophomore class, Charlotte Perkins, and the president of the junior class, Aiden Terhune, to assist. The class of 2015 challenges the class of 2019 to strive for excellence in the utmost in all things they do. In academics, we challenge you to not limit yourself, but to excel and seize your potential in the fullest. We dare you to push limits, to experiment, to let your curiosity lead you forward. We dare you to learn. In both athletics and the arts, the class of 2015 challenges you to continue to lead the pack, to continue to value both the grit of your determination and the elegance of your imagination, inspiring those around you to do the same. In society, we challenge you to show respect at all levels and to appreciate the support and guidance of those to whom you look up and to reach out to those who look up to you. Do you, Jared, on behalf of your class, accept this senior challenge?
Yes, I accept the challenge.
And do you, Connor, Charlotte, and Aiden, accept the responsibility of accepting the class of 2019 into the Kearsarge community, helping them to grow to their fullest potential as students and citizens? Yes. I now ask that you all assist me in moving forward the banner of your class's year in representation of your advancing path through your high school careers. Mr. Bennett, will you accept the banner of the class of 2015, that I may join those of previous graduating classes on the gymnasium wall as an everlasting reminder of the time we have spent here? It is amazing to think that, gathered here today, we are at the end of our journey through not only 4 years of high school, but of 12 long years of hard work and toil. From our first day of kindergarten all the way to our final 7th period bell, from our first papier-mâché projects to our last essays, From the first time we took the kneecap in 3rd grade to the last time we daydreamed about what we would do if only we ran into the CEO of College Board. We have been preparing for this day. We've been preparing even when we were too young to know just what we were preparing for. And now, here it is. We've finished. It's paid off. And even now, the ceremony is almost over, and those 12 long years with it as we begin the next phase of our lives. Time flies so fast. This past Tuesday, I had the pleasure of getting together with my class from elementary school and our 4th grade teacher. And as we sat reminiscing over Charlie Mac's pizza about the time we had shared together, I realized that no matter how fast these years seem to roll past us, the memories we have formed will never fade from our hearts. And there are so many memories, too. For me, it could be that time in 2nd grade, I tried to show everyone how to slide like a penguin and nearly took off half my face. Or the time a friend and I hid peeled bananas under the toilet seats in middle school. Or the first time I went on the roof of the high school. Yes, the first time. The excitement of prom. The grueling stress of a French 4 project that kept me up all night, 3 days in a row. The anxiety of adding up points the other week at the state championships for track while we awaited the 4x4 to see if a 3-peat was in the air. We've all had our share of shenanigans, adventures, and celebrations. But there is something about this class that has made sharing these experiences all the more heartfelt. And I know that for most of us, having to say farewell in the coming weeks will be painful. More painful than when Geneva broke Aaron's arm. More painful than breaking your wrist when you punch a locker too hard. Or breaking your nose in a game of dodgeball. Or dropping a 40-pound weight on your toe. For indeed, these past 12 years that we've known our closest friends, and these past 7 that we've spent together as a whole, have changed us. It's true, our class's history has not been smooth all the way through. There have been academic hardships, like getting blindsided by an attendance and participation grade. There's been confusion, like when 10% of our class accidentally ordered the wrong senior class shirt. There's been disappointment, dances and senior pranks that didn't work out, winter carnivals that were rigged against us. There's been drama and fighting, factions, cliques, and politics. But to my class, I must urge this today in all seriousity. No matter how many obstacles our class has faced, and how many times we may have failed to come together, we must recognize that today, while we have the chance, we must put all of this behind us, each and every one of us, so that when we look back, all we will see are the victories, the triumphs, the successes, and the memories of those who we love, the memories we must not take for granted and so desperately want and need to retain. After all of this, the hurdles and stumbling, it is impossible to say that we have not learned something from our time at Kearsarge. This is certainly true of the great teachers we have worked with all these years and the knowledge they have sought to impart upon us. From Mr. McCandless, I learned the CP-CTC theorem, without which I would be so confused. From Madame Allen, I learned the role that donkeys play in the order of French pronouns. From Mr. Barker, I learned the meaning of the term mirabile dictu and how to identify almost every street and road on Earth. And from Mr. Erickson, I didn't really learn how to play horn, but I did learn how to tie a full Windsor. And naturally, we all learned from English 10. You all know, however, that some of the most important learning we have done over the years is the learning from each other. The lessons that we've inevitably taught one another about life. This is the wisdom that we will carry with us in the years to come and will help us face the world before us, just as much as our knowledge of the law of cosines and the relative clause of characteristic. Naturally, exactly what our peers and our mentors have taught us about the world in high school will change from person to person. However, before I conclude my address, I would like to take the opportunity to share with you some pieces of advice that I personally have collected over the past 4 years from being a member of the Kearsarge community and the class of 2015. First, while it is never a bad idea to search for inspiration and recommendations from others, you must remember that your life and your decisions belong to you, and you alone. You must take control and responsibility of your life and make the choices that you know in your heart are right, even if it is not what your parent or boss or boyfriend insists is right for you. Over the past 4 years, I have seen too many people fail to accomplish this, and the results can be devastating. Next, and this one is especially for the upcoming freshmen, if there are any of you in the crowd, you'll notice in the upstairs hallway, this is the only place in the school where the boys' bathroom is on the left and the girls' bathroom is on the right. Do not make that mistake. It's a bad way to start school. Discover what your talents are, for everyone's are different, and learn to let them shine. Don't ever hold yourself back, and don't let others criticize you for using your gifts if they think they're not worth their time. And this is something that Ryan Beatty taught me. The second button on your suit jacket is for decoration only. If you're sitting in the library, make sure neither one of your feet leaves the ground, even once. After we part our ways today, and in the weeks and years to come, do not forget that we should stick together as a class. It is possible that some of us may go through some hard times in the future. We must remember to always be by these people's sides, no matter if it's 5 years or 50 years from now. And if you are that person, you must not be afraid to reach out for help. If you ever have to evacuate a building, remember to take your keys with you. Do not try to forcefully pull open doors just to save yourself an annoyingly long walk, as it likely harms the structural integrity of the building. And unless you have your faculty pass, you probably aren't authorized to enter by that means anyways. And finally, never lose your sense of humor. Even if no one thinks your jokes are funny, keep making them, because once we're in the real world, your ability to stay smiling may just be the only thing that keeps you sane. Well, my friends, this is it. Mirabile dictu, we have made it to the end. Through thick and thin, our class has survived one test after another and is ready to move on to greater things. I hope as you walk from this place today, you will look back with some degree of fondness and reminiscence of the great adventures you had and the lessons you learned. It has been an incredible honor to be your president, to be your classmate, and to be your friend for all these years. I wish you all the best of luck in the years to come. Thank you.
I've always found speeches very enlightening for us here, as well as we think we have a handle on things. We need to make it to the roof. As we begin the final portions of our ceremony, I wanted to make sure that we thanked a couple of folks who will be leaving us. Mr. Bezos has filled in as the assistant principal this year. And when I say filled in, I mean has brought new meaning to the position, in my opinion. From his first day here, he dove into our culture, tried to touch base with every single one of our kids, is very diligent about calling home to let parents know not only when there might be an issue, but perhaps when things are going well with our students. He has taught me more than he will know, and we're all the better for having him here this year, and we want to thank him as he heads into retirement with his wife. And I know she's here somewhere, and I haven't been able to lay my eyes on her, but I know that Elizabeth Feingold is in our crowd somewhere, because I saw her earlier. Elizabeth has worked for us for 34 years, and she has worked in our special education department as its coordinator. And there are a lot of things I could say about Elizabeth. There are a lot of things I've said to Elizabeth. There are a lot of things Elizabeth has said to me. In education, sometimes we talk about the irreplaceables. Folks who can't be replaced. Someone will be hired for that position, but they will not be replacing Elizabeth. They will be taking that position on. She has worked, she's worked with a population that maybe didn't get the same opportunities at birth that others got. She brought them value. She brought them respect. She helped them find their place in the world. And she let them know that despite their struggles, they were as much of a part of our school community as any other person that was here. We will deeply miss her, and I wish she would stand wherever she is, Elizabeth Feingold. We also get to say welcome. As Mr. Bezos leaves us, we are fortunate enough to find somebody from within to take that position. We are very excited. I'm very excited that next year, Dr. Amanda Downing will be leaving the classroom and taking on the role of assistant principal here at our high school. When you wait to the end to say a few things, most everybody in front of you has said everything that you wanted to say. This is usually a time when folks are quoting poems, John F. Kennedy, Maya Angelou, Martin Luther King, Dr. Seuss, and all the other ones. My fear was that someone else was going to do the same thing. So instead, over the last few days, I just decided, as I usually do, to speak from the heart. My hopes for the class of 2015 are as follows. Don't let your job or your career define you, or your worth in the world. May your future hold challenges, obstacles, roadblocks, and struggles, for only then will you find your true inner strength. May you always see the goodness in people and yourselves. May you have good health and find prosperity. May you use your strengths and resources to help those in need. There are people you have yet to meet in your life that will benefit from your kindness, compassion, and caring. Give it often, give it freely. May you choose to be significant over successful. The world is full of successful people. Not all are significant. Significant people can be few and far between, but most, if not all, are successful. I thank you for your time, your passion, your intellect, your willingness to be patient in times of change, and your commitment to your school, your community, and most important, each other. Please know that your place in the Kearsarge family will always be alive. The door will always be open. The welcome home will always be warm. I'd like to ask Class Marshals Ian Breedy and Anna Stoll to come forward for the turning of the tassels. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2015. like to invite Kurt Brunson to lead our procession out of today's ceremonies. This concludes the 45th commencement exercises at Kearsarge Regional High School. Congratulations, class of 2015.
Today's YCN coverage of the 2015 Kearsarge Regional High School graduation is presented by these community-minded businesses. Be sure to support and thank them for making this coverage possible. Pine Rock Manor, a Blue Harbor senior living community, New Hampshire's premier memory care assisted living community. Compassionate people, exceptional service. Colonial Pharmacy of New London, Country Houses Real Estate, Bubba's Bar and Grill, Vernondale General Store, and the Barton Insurance Agency. Congratulations to the class of 2015, and good luck as you progress into your future.